Hello there, celebrity makeup bags are back and it's time for one of the most highly requested stars. If you're new to my channel since the last episode, I take someone in the public eye whose beauty style I admire and research the products we have in common. No shopping, just seeing what we both enjoy or finding something similar. Sources are always listed below. I initially thought I didn't share enough products with this person to feature them, but I dug deeper, found more articles, found more makeup artists they'd worked with, and we actually have so many products in common that I can recreate a few exact looks. Priyanka Chopra Jonas is an Indian actress regarded as one of the most beautiful women in the world. Her features are a makeup artist's dream. Beautiful big eyes, pillowy lips, and strong brows. She's not afraid to be adventurous with beauty, playing with fun shadow shades and glitter, plus plenty of bold lipsticks. She wears brights so well. She was already admired in America for her acting work, but took that to another level last year by marrying a Jonas brother. I featured her sister-in-law Sophie Turner in this series too. So let's take a look at some products Priyanka has worn or says she swears by. I caught a glimpse of the famous Charlotte Tilbury film star Bronze and Glow compact in Priyanka's Little Black Book episode on Harper's Bazaar's YouTube channel. This powder duo subtly sculpts and highlights the face and is certainly a celebrity favourite. It's appeared in my Amal Clooney and Sophie Turner videos too. Glossier Haloscope is a popular, dewy highlighter, but at the Emmys in 2017, Priyanka's makeup artist Patty Dubroff used the pearly shade Moonstone as an eye gloss and a brow bone highlight. You'll see the rest of the shadows she wore to that event in a minute. Moving on to eyes and a couple of her exact wedding day pieces here. Priyanka's look on the day was entirely Marc Jacobs Beauty by makeup artist Yumi Mori. The Marc Jacobs iconic palette in Fantasine had been on my wishlist for such a long time and I finally took the plunge this year. These dusty rose, soft pink and gold tones create such a beautiful look on a regular day, let alone your big day. Lots of interesting colour combinations or shades to wear all over the lid. Couple of products from the 2018 Met Gala. For this elegant look, Patty Dubroff used the brown shades from Chanel's eyeshadow quad Candeur et Expérience, one of my favourites for warm, smoky looks that can be really subtle or amped up with a touch of red. Then she added a splash of gold on top with Chanel's Ombre Premiere pot in Mirage, but one of my favourites for everyday wear is the shade Ultra Flesh, a great peachy pink that looks fresh and youthful. Flashing back to the Emmys in 2017, and Patty Dubroff again created this deep plum smoky eye using Laura Mercier's Caviar Stick in burnished bronze. Shadow sticks are so easy to use, and I discovered this shade through a couple of British YouTubers years ago, I think. A lovely bronze with a subtle shimmer and a little bit of a hint of pink. Then Patty added depth with the Rituel du Fille Ash and Ember Eye Soot in Viscera, a rich burgundy shimmer that's a clean beauty cream to powder formula. Moving on to the Golden Globes in 2017, where Priyanka's eyes matched her gold sequined dress. Makeup artist Stephanie Brooke Barnes applied a Stila gold liquid metal shadow, but I have the shade Deception from Meccaland in Sydney earlier this year. A pale pink in the tube that has a dramatic, sort of iridescent, slightly green flip when it catches the light. Moving on to eyeliner and mascara, and this is the second element I own from Priyanka's wedding look. The Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eyeliner in Orange Crush has been on my channel quite a few times. We've had a rocky relationship after my first one instantly dried up, but I repurchased it and I'm glad to have this vibrant, shimmery orange back in my life. It's hard to find any close-up pictures of her wedding day, but I think this is a really interesting shade choice. Funnily enough, this next eyeliner appeared in my very first celebrity makeup bag video 19 episodes ago. Priyanka says she enjoys MAC's soft pencils, and so does Meghan Markle. A shade Meghan mentioned in the past is MAC's Eye Kohl in Teddy, a great, smooth, creamy pencil to smudge close to the lash line. It's a rich brown, but it has a hint of gold to brighten up the eyes. In 2015, Priyanka said her go-to mascara was Dior Show Waterproof, but I just have the regular version. She said she doesn't like mascaras that are clumpy, but goes for something really voluminous, and that's exactly what I go for too. My all-time favourite? Chanel Le Volume, a mascara usually found in Patty Dubroff's kit, so I'm sure she's applied it on Priyanka from time to time too. Lots of definition and length without looking too heavy. Time for those terrific lips. To finish off that Met Gala 2018 look, Patty Dubroff applied a dark purple shade as a base, then added this Chanel lipstick on top. Rouge Allure Velvet in 38 La Fascinante. So happy to discover that fact because it's really one of my top red lipsticks. Such a deep, rich red in a formula that's matte and long-lasting but still creamy. Definitely one of my favourites. Another Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet, this time at the 2016 Emmys. That gorgeous red pout was created by Yumi Mori using the shade 56 Rouge Charnel, a crisp, vibrant red that's slightly on the warm side so it looks nice and bright. Priyanka says she's a fan of NARS Dolce Vita. It comes in a lipstick bullet too, but I have the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil version. This is a great dusty rose she's worn for some TV appearances. She's also worn these NARS lip pencils in the red shades Cruella and Infatuated Red, but my go-to is Mysterious Red, a crimson I discovered through Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, who was the last star featured in this series. Just a classic, easy red that will dress up any outfit. Priyanka has also said she enjoys lipstick by Flower Beauty, Drew Barrymore's brand. brand. I've tried their cream blushes before, but picked up the Petal Pout lip colour in Ulta in the US recently. Might as well go for a shade I know I'm going to wear when I'm trying a new formula, so I chose Ruby Rouge, which is a creamy, slightly berry-toned red. For Priyanka's InStyle cover shoot in July 2019, Yumi Mori used the Backstage lip palette for a rosy lip look. I love the tones in this palette. There are 3 glosses, 3 satins, and 3 mattes, and as well as patting or brushing them onto your lips, I also make them multitask as eye gloss or cream shadow. Great shades. Priyanka seems like a skincare junkie too, and I found a few products in common. For that plum smoky eye Emmys 2017 look, Patty Dubroff started with a base of Glossier Priming Moisturiser, my favourite moisturiser for everyday wear that I've worn for 4 years straight. It's a very lightweight moisturiser, not a primer specifically, but it does prime and prep the skin nicely for makeup. At the same event, Patty prepped Priyanka's lips with GlossierBalm.com in Cherry, a fun pop of red with a slightly medicinal cherry flavour. In the past, Priyanka said nothing keeps her lips as soft and plump as Burt's Bees. Finally tried their tinted balms for the first time in a US drugstore this year. Priyanka says she loves the hint of colour that the shade Pomegranate gives her lips, but I went for Red Dahlia, the kind of brown berry shade I love. Priyanka once called Lucas's Paw Paw ointment a miracle in a little red tube, and it's certainly famous in Australia. It's an ointment that's designed to treat wounds, broken skin, burns, or splinters, but it's most commonly used as a lip balm, and yet it doesn't do anything for me. Too much petroleum means that this isn't hydrating. You can actually feel like your lips are drying out and you have to keep reapplying a lot. But it is a good barrier to keep out wind and cold, so I'd suggest adding a more nourishing balm underneath first to lock that in. She also said she was a fan of these EOS Easter egg shaped balms in the past. Again, not something I find hydrating, but I did have fun trying a few flavours years ago after Miley Cyrus sort of made them famous in a music video. Finally, Priyanka has called Bio Oil a magical product. She actually moisturises with this and says it evens out the tone on her body. Mine's almost all gone. I like to add a couple of drops to a bath to help soften my skin, and it's also a great product to help fade scars or any marks left behind after a cut or graze. Finishing with some of Priyanka's favourite scents. She says she fills her whole house with diptyque and has about 25 of their candles in her house, and I might be guilty of that too. You can see a diptyque video on my channel recapping different scents, but Priyanka's favourite is Bay, and it's one of mine too. Equal parts fruity and floral with a fresh, light berry scent, one of their classics. She also uses Diptyque's Rich Body Cream, which I haven't tried, but I love their Eau Rose hand cream, which has quite a strong fragrance that really captures that sort of sweet garden rose scent. It was fun to read that Priyanka says she puts on men's fragrance when she's feeling powerful, and she's mentioned Jo Malone's Lime Basil and Mandarin. I'm actually the opposite. I love something really light and floral, and Jo Malone Red Roses is the only perfume I've worn every single day for about 7 years. Some people like to mix it up, but I like having a signature scent that people always recognise. Loved discovering so many pieces in common with Priyanka. Despite having very different skin tones and features, you can make the same products or the same type of makeup work in your own way. Let me know if you spotted any of your favourites here or which products caught your eye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.